Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read Book 7, Chapter 32, on self-realization, spoken by the World Mother. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighnam Kuruya Sarvakaya Susha Mekarantai Vakratuna. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru. Hari Om Tat Sat. The Devi said, "Hear, ye immortals, my words with attention, that I am now going to speak to you, hearing which will enable the jivas to realize my essence. Before the creation, only I existed, nothing else was existent then. My real self is known by the name Chit, Sambit, intelligence, Parabrahma, and others. My Atman is beyond mind, beyond thought, beyond any name or mark, without any parallel, and beyond birth, death, or any other change or transformation. Myself has one inherent power called Maya. This Maya is not existent, nor non-existent, nor can it be called both. This unspeakable substance, Maya, always exists till the final emancipation or moksha. Maya can be destroyed by Brahma Jnana, so it cannot be called existent. Again, if Maya does not exist, the practical world cannot exist. So it cannot be called non-existent. Of course, it cannot be called both, for it would involve contradictions. This Maya, without beginning but with end, at the time of moksha, naturally arises as heat comes out of fire. As the rays come out of the sun, and as the cooling rays come out of the moon, just as the karmas of the jivas dissolve in deep sleep, susupti, so at the time of pralaya, or the general dissolution, the karmas of the jivas and time all become merged in one uniform mass in this great Maya, united with my Shakti. I am the cause of this world. This Shakti has this defect, that it has the power of hiding me, its originator. I am Nirguna, and when I am united with my Shakti Maya, I become Saguna, the great cause of this world. This Maya is divided into two, Vidya and Avidya. Avidya Maya hides me, whereas Vidya Maya does not. Avidya creates, whereas Vidya Maya liberates. Maya united with Chaitanya, intelligence, i.e. Chidabhasa, is the efficient cause of this universe, whereas Maya reduced to and unified with 5 original elements is the material cause of the universe. Some call this Maya tapas, some call her inert material, some call her knowledge, some call her Maya, Pradhana, Pakriti, Aja, and Born, and some others call her Shakti. The Saiva authors call her Vimarsa, and the other Vedantists call her Avidya. In short, this Maya is in the heads of all the Pandits. This Maya is called various in the Nigamas. That which is seen is inert, For this reason, Maya is jada, inert, as the knowledge it conveys is destroyed, it is false. Chaitanya, intelligence, is not seen. If it were seen, it would have been jada. Chaitanya is self-luminous, not illuminated by any other source. Were it so, its enlightener would have to be illuminated by some other thing, and so the fallacy of anavasta creeps in, and an endless series of causes and effects. Again, one thing cannot be the actor and the thing acted upon being contrary to each other. So Chaitanya cannot be illumined by itself. So it is self-luminous, and it illuminates sun, moon, etc. as a lamp is self-luminous and illumines other objects. So, O mountain, this my intelligence is established as eternal and everlasting. The waking, dreaming, and sleep states do not remain constant, but the sense of I remains the same whether in waking, dreaming, or deep sleep state. Its anomaly is never felt. The Bhaudas say that the sense intelligence, jnana, is also not felt. There is the absence of it. So what is existent is also temporarily existent. But it can then be argued that then the witness by which that absence is sensed, that intelligence in the shape of the witness, is eternal. So the pundits of all the reasonable sastras declare that Samvit, intelligence, is eternal, and it is blissful, the fountain of all love. Never the jivas, or embodied souls, feel I am not, but I am. This feeling is deeply established in the soul as love. Thus it is clearly evident that I am quite separate from anything else, which are all false. Also I am one continuous, no interval or separation existing within me. Again, jnana is not the dharma, the natural quality of Atman, but it is of the very nature of Atman. If jnana were the dharma of Atman, then jnana would have been material. So jnana is immaterial. If, for argument's sake, jnana be denominated as material, that cannot be, for jnana is of the nature of intelligence, and Atman is of the nature of intelligence. Intelligence has not the attribute of being dharma. Hence the thing chit is not different from its quality chit. So Atman is always of the nature of jnana and happiness. Its nature is truth. It is always full, unattached, and void of duality. This Atman, again united with Maya, composed of desires and karmas, wants to create due to the want of discrimination the 24 tattvas according to the previous samskaras, tendencies, time, and karma. O mountain, the reaccording to the previous samskaras, tendencies, time, and karma, the reawakening. So I'm going to read that line again. This Atman, again united with Maya, composed of desires and karmas, wants to create due to want of discrimination the 24 tattvas according to the previous samskaras, tendencies, time, and karma. O mountain, the reawakening after pralaya, susupti, is not done with buddhi, for then buddhi is not at all manifested. So this creation is said to be effected without any buddhi, proper intelligence. O chief of the immovables, the tattva reality that I have spoken to you is most excellent, and it is my extraordinary form merely. In the Vedas it is known as avyakrita, unmodified. Avyakta, unmanifested, Maya Sabala, divided into various parts, and so forth. In all the Sastras, it is stated to be the cause of all causes, the primeval Tattva, and Sachitananda Vigraha, where all the karmas are solidified, and where Icha Shakti, will, Jnana Shakti, intelligence, and Kriya Shakti, action, all are melted in one. That is called the mantra Hrim. That is the first tattva. From this comes out Akasa, having the property of sound, thence Vayu, air, with touch property, then fire with form, then water having rasa property, and lastly the earth having the quality smell. The Pandits say that the sound is the only quality of Akasa. Air has two qualities, sound and touch. Fire has three qualities, sound, touch, form. Water has four qualities, sound, touch, form, taste. And the earth has five qualities, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Out of these five original elements, the all-pervading sutra, string or thread, arose. The Sutratman, soul, is called the Linga Dehi, the Linga Diha, comprising within itself all the pranas. This is the subtle body of the Paramatman, and what is said in the previous lines as Avyakta, or unmanifested, and in which the seed of the world is involved, and whence the Linga Diha has sprung. That is called the causal body, Karana body of the Paramatman. The five original elements, Apanchakrita, called the five Tanmatras, being created next by the Panchikarana process. The gross element are created. The process is being stated. O Girija, each of the five original elements is divided into two parts, one part of each of which is subdivided into four parts. This fourth part of each is united with the half of four other elements different from it, and thus each gross element is formed. By these five gross elements, the cosmic Virat body is formed, and this is called the gross body of the God. Gyanendriyas, the organs of knowledge, arise from sattva gunas of each of these five elements. Again, the sattva gunas of each of the Gyanendriyas united become the Anta Karanani. This Anta Karana is of four kinds, according as its functions vary. When it is engaged in forming sankalpas, resolved, and vikalpas, doubts, it is called mind. When it is free from doubts, and when it arrives at the decisive conclusion, it is called chitta. And when it rests simply on itself in the shape of the feeling I, it is called ahamkara. From the Rajaguna of each of the five elements arises Vak, speech, Pani, hands, Pada, feet, Payu, anus, and Upasta, organs of generation. Again, their Raju parts united give rise to the five pranas, Prana, Apana, Samana, Udana, and Vayana. The Prana Vayu resides in the heart, Apana Vayu in the arms, Samana Vayu resides in the navel, Udana Vayu resides in the throat, and the Vyana Vayu resides pervading all over the body. My subtle body, Linga Diha, arises from the union of the five Gyanendriyas, the five karmendriyas, organs of action, the 5 pranas, and the mind and buddhi, these 17 elements, and the prakriti that resides there is divided into 2 parts. One is pure, Suddha Sattva, Maya, and the other is the impure Maya, or avidya, united with the gunas. By Maya is meant she who, without concealing her refugees, protects them when the Supreme Self is reflected on this Suddha Sattva Maya. He is called Ishvara. This Suddha Maya does not conceal Brahma, its receptacle. Therefore, she knows the all-pervading Brahma, and she is omniscient, omnipotent, the Lady of all, and confers favors and blessings on all. When the Supreme Self is reflected on the impure Maya, or avidya, he is called Jiva. This avidya conceals Brahma, whose nature is happiness. Therefore, this Jiva is the source of all miseries. Both Isvara and Jiva have, by the influence of Vidya and Avidya, 3 bodies and 3 names. When the Jiva lives in his causal body, he is named Prajna. When he lives in the subtle body, he is called Tejasa. When he has the gross body, he is called Visva. So when Isvara is in his causal body, he is denominated Isa. When he is in his subtle body, he is known as Sutra. And when he is in his gross body, he is known as Virat. The Jiva glories in having 3, as above mentioned, kinds of differentiated bodies, as Isvara glories in having 3, as above mentioned, kinds of cosmic bodies. Thus, Isvara is the Lord of all, and though he feels himself always happy and satisfied, yet to favor the Jivas and to give them liberation, moksha, he has created various sorts of worldly things for their bhogas, enjoyments. This Isvara creates all the universe, impelled by the Brahma Shakti. I am of the nature of Brahma, and Isvara is conceived in me as a snake is imagined in a rope. Therefore, Isvara has to remain dependent on my Shakti. Here ends the 32nd chapter of the 7th book on self-realization, spoken by the World Mother in the Maha Puranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali, Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Krishma Shivadatri Swaha Swadha Namasute. Om Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bodharti Harini Jai Sarvagati Devi Kala Ratri Namaste. Om Mangale Mahakale Shive Sabhata Satakeshwarani. Hari Om Tuya Mata Chipitatum Yatum Shasakatum Yatum Vidya Darvinam Tumasa.